Some say Daniel's interpretation of King Nebuchadnezzar's dream of the statue contradicts the vision of the four beasts in reference to the kingdoms. The reality, however, shows there is complete harmony between the dream and the vision of the beast. In reading Daniel 2nd chapter verses 32 to 43, the head of the statue is gold, corresponding to the Babylonian Empire. The chest and arms of silver represents the Medo-Persian Empire. The belly and thighs of bronze symbolize the Greek Empire. The legs of iron correspond to the Roman Empire. The feet of partly iron and partly clay represent a future revised Roman Empire. This kingdom will be weak, having a religious component and a political one. The toes of part iron and part clay will be another kingdom representing the 10 kings and Antichrist. The whole statue represents Antichrist's final earthly kingdom. Daniel 2nd chapter verse 34 states, "While you were watching, a rock was cut out, but not by human hands. It struck the statue on its feet of iron and clay and smashed them. Then the iron, the clay, the bronze, the silver, the gold were broken to pieces at the same time, and became like chaff on the threshing floor in the summer. The wind swept them away without leaving a trace, but the rock that struck the statue became a huge mountain and filled the whole earth." So Antichrist's kingdom had remnants from all prior kingdoms that fell when the rock, Jesus Christ, returned to strike him. The mountain that filled the earth is the future millennial kingdom. So Daniel's statue vision agrees with the vision of the four beasts, where residuals of all kingdoms are around when Antichrist falls. Daniel 7th chapter verse 12 states, "The other beasts have been stripped of their authority, but were allowed to live for a period of time." The four beasts of Daniel represent 7 linear kingdoms, which we've discussed earlier in this presentation, but remnants of these prior empires will remain at the time of the second coming. The fourth beast, or Antichrist kingdom, is destroyed first before these remnant kingdoms fall. Remnants of modern-day Babylon could be
the nation Iraq,
and residuals of the Medo-Persian Empire would likely include the nation Iran. This is consistent with the four beasts of Daniel. In Daniel 2 verse 44, there are 10 kings noted when Antichrist's kingdom is destroyed. It states, "In the time of those kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that will never be destroyed." So Antichrist, though he takes over the world and creates the last Babylon, he still keeps the alliance with the 10 kings, though he subdues the first 3. Knowing the truth about Daniel's 7th chapter disproves all theories in eschatology except for one, that of historic premillennialism. This doctrine on the end times is consistent with the first 300 years of historical church teachings. The belief that the resurrection occurred near the end of tribulation and prior to a literal 1,000-year millennial kingdom reign. In my book entitled End Times Church Deception, I discuss end times prophecies that are yet to be fulfilled and how they will delineate exactly when the second coming will occur. Scripture clearly shows Jesus returned shortly prior to the culmination of his tribulation wrath, but not exactly at the end of the Great Tribulation. I hope you've come away with a clear understanding on Daniel's vision of the four beasts. I pray that this knowledge gives you greater truths in the end times prophecies, so that you will be ready to endure whatever is yet to come, that you may be strong to the end, no matter the cost.